Listen to me. Everybody has a weakness. Everybody has that one thing inside them that whispers, take it easy, quit. You don't need to push today. But here's the truth. If you don't destroy that weakness will destroy you. It will take your dreams, your opportunities, your destiny, and strip them right out of your hands. Weakness is like a seed. If you water it with excuses, if you feed it with laziness, if you protect it with comfort, then it grows. And the bigger it grows, the smaller your future gets. That's why you've got to decide today that weakness doesn't get to win. See, the successful people in this world are not stronger than you. They're not smarter than you. They're just more disciplined. They put their weakness on the chopping block and said, "You don't get to live here anymore." They made discipline their best friend and excuses their enemy. Excuses sound good, don't they? They'll tell you, you deserve a break. You've been working hard. Tomorrow's another day. But excuses are weakness dressed up in smooth talk. And if you keep listening, they will lull you into failure. Strength isn't built when the spotlight is on you. No, it's built in the quiet when nobody's watching. It's in those moments when you wake up and don't want to grind, but you do it anyway. It's when you want to quit, but you whisper, "Not today." That's where strength grows. You've got to understand. Pain isn't your enemy. Pain is the gym where weakness dies. Every rep, every sacrifice, every late night, every early morning. That pain is killing the version of you that can't carry success. If you run from pain, you run straight into weakness. And let me tell you something about your circle. The people around you can either fuel your strength or babysit your weakness. If everybody around you is soft, you'll stay soft. But if you surround yourself with fighters, warriors, dreamers, your weakness won't stand a chance. Lastly, never forget this. Weakness is not permanent unless you protect it. Faith can flip the script. Faith tells you, I am stronger than my fears. I am greater than my failures. I am built for more. But you've got to activate that faith with action. So here's the bottom line. Destroy your weakness today, or it will destroy you tomorrow. Don't negotiate with it. Don't excuse it. Don't delay it. Kill it now and step into the life you were created to live. Weakness grows when you feed it. Weakness is not born strong. It's born small. It starts off as a thought, a whisper, a little voice in the back of your mind saying, you don't need to push today. But the more you give it permission, the more it grows roots in your life. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, weakness gets stronger. Every time you let yourself off the hook, weakness celebrates. Weakness doesn't need you to give up all at once. It just needs you to compromise in small doses until it owns you. Think about it. No one ruins their future in a single day. It happens little by little. Just like weeds choke a garden if left unattended, weakness chokes your destiny if you let it sit unchecked. Weakness grows because it feeds on comfort. The more you choose the couch over the grind, the pillow over the prayer, the excuse over the effort, the more weakness tightens its grip on your life. The crazy part is weakness disguises itself as kindness. It whispers, be easy on yourself. You deserve a break. Don't be too hard. And before you know it, that softness has robbed you of greatness. Weakness is like a shadow. It follows you everywhere, but here's the truth. Shadows only grow bigger when you shine less light. The less you shine discipline, focus, and determination, the more that weakness towers over you. When you feed your weakness, you starve your strength. Every excuse you give power to takes energy away from your potential. You can't grow both at the same time. It's either weakness wins or strength wins. People sometimes protect their weakness because it feels familiar. It feels safe, but safe doesn't make legends. Safe doesn't create breakthroughs. Safe keeps you average, and average is the breeding ground for regret. Weakness always has one mission, to convince you to stop just before you break through. It wants you to quit right before your miracle, right before your dream, right before your blessing. Feeding weakness creates a habit, and habits shape destiny. If you train yourself to surrender every time it gets tough, you're writing the script of a life that will never see its true potential. Weakness is greedy. It doesn't stop at one area of your life. If you let it live in your discipline, it will invade your relationships, your finances, your mindset, your faith. Weakness is not satisfied until it owns it all. And let me tell you, weakness doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come screaming, "I'm here to ruin you." No, it sneaks in quietly, wrapping itself in comfort and slowly drains the fire from your soul. But here's the truth, weakness only grows when you feed it. Stop feeding it and it dies. Ignore the excuses. Ignore the comfort. Ignore the easy way. The less you feed it, the weaker it becomes. If you want to kill weakness, you've got to starve it of its food. That means no more surrendering to excuses, no more sheltering your fears, no more protecting your bad habits. Cut off its supply and watch it shrink. Weakness grows when you feed it, but strength grows when you face it. Every moment you say, "Not today," "I will push," "I will grind," "I will fight," that's when weakness starts starving and your destiny starts rising. Discipline is the antidote to destruction. Discipline is the medicine that cures weakness. Without discipline, weakness grows wild and reckless. Discipline is the force that says, "I don't care how I feel. I will do what I must." And that's the only language weakness respects. You cannot pray weakness away. You cannot hope weakness away. You cannot wish weakness away. Weakness only bows to discipline. It only retreats when you stand firm and say, "I run this, not you." Think of your life like a house. Without discipline, that house has no walls. Anything can break in. Laziness, fear, distraction, regret. They all just walk through the door. But discipline builds walls that protect your dreams from being destroyed. Discipline is not punishment. People think discipline means suffering, but no. Discipline is freedom. Freedom to reach your goals. Freedom to achieve peace. Freedom to live a life you don't regret. Weakness hates discipline because discipline exposes its lies. Weakness says, "You can't do it." Discipline says, "Watch me do it again and again until it's second nature." Discipline strips weakness of its power. Every successful person you admire has one thing in common: discipline. Not talent, not luck, not connections, discipline. Talent without discipline destroys itself. Luck without discipline wastes itself. But discipline turns even the smallest gift into greatness. Discipline is what makes you wake up when your body says stay down. It's what makes you study when your mind says scroll the phone. It's what makes you keep grinding when your feelings beg you to quit. Destruction waits for the undisciplined. Dreams get destroyed, families fall apart, opportunities disappear, all because someone couldn't control themselves. Discipline is the only thing standing between you and destruction. The undisciplined life is like driving a car with no brakes. It might be exciting for a while, but sooner or later, it's going to crash. Discipline is the brake that keeps you from going off the cliff. Discipline also works like a compass. When you're lost in distraction, discipline brings you back. When your emotions try to lead you astray, discipline points you toward your real destination. Without discipline, weakness will make you a slave. It'll control your mornings, your nights, your decisions, your future. Discipline is the master key that breaks those chains. You can't just want discipline. You've got to practice it. Start small. Choose one thing every day that you don't want to do, but you know you must. Conquer that and then expand. Discipline grows like a muscle. Discipline doesn't come easy, but it comes with rewards. Every day you practice it, you build confidence. Every day you honor it, you get stronger. And every day you embrace it, weakness loses a little more ground. Discipline makes you dangerous to weakness. It makes you a person that can't be easily broken, can't be easily tempted, can't be easily destroyed. When you're disciplined, you're unstoppable. Remember this, discipline is the antidote to destruction. Without it, weakness eats you alive. With it, you kill weakness every single day and create the life that was always waiting for you. Excuses are the language of weakness. Excuses are weakness talking out loud. They sound smooth. They sound convincing. But they are lies dressed up in comfort. Excuses are nothing more than weakness trying to negotiate its survival. Every time you say, "I can't because," you give weakness a microphone. Every excuse you accept makes weakness louder in your life until its voice drowns out your purpose. Excuses are easy to make because they cost nothing in the moment, but they cost everything in the long run. They cost you opportunities, they cost you growth, they cost you respect, and they cost you destiny. Think about it. Excuses never leave you stronger. They don't build muscle. They don't grow your character. They don't expand your faith. All they do is delay the work while weakness grows fatter off your surrender. Weakness doesn't mind losing today if it can keep you trapped tomorrow. That's what excuses do. They buy weakness more time to destroy your future. Excuses often sound reasonable. I'm too tired. I don't have the time. I wasn't born with the same chances. But when you peel back the layers, all those words mean the same thing. I let weakness win. Excuses are weakness's favorite tool because they sound like truth. But if they were truth, someone with fewer resources, less education, and a harder life wouldn't be out here winning right now. You've got to stop speaking the language of weakness. As long as excuses come out of your mouth, weakness will live inside of you. Change your words and you change your life. Replace excuses with accountability. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," say, "I didn't make time." Instead of "I can't," say, "I chose not to." Own it, because when you own it, you can change it. Excuses are poison because they make failure feel comfortable. They let you settle without guilt. They convince you that you had no chance when the truth is you just gave up your chance. Weakness doesn't need you to fail. It just needs you to keep excusing yourself long enough that you never try. Excuses keep you safe, but safe is where dreams die. Stop looking for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop thinking you need everything lined up before you move. That's weakness tricking you into paralysis with excuses. The more excuses you make, the less control you have over your life. You become a victim to your own words, chained to the reasons you keep inventing. And victims never rise to victory. But when you kill excuses, you kill weakness. When you silence the why nots and replace them with why not me, you take your power back. Excuses stop, action starts, and strength takes over. Excuses are the language of weakness, but accountability is the language of strength. The day you stop giving weakness a voice is the day you start giving your destiny a chance. Strength is built in private. Rewarded in public strength is never born in the spotlight. It's built in the shadows. It's built in those quiet moments when no one is clapping, no one is cheering, and no one is even paying attention. People love to celebrate the rewards, but they don't see the hours of practice, the countless failures, the lonely nights of grinding when everyone else was sleeping. That's where true strength is created. Weakness loves attention. It wants you to be loud about intentions but quiet about action. Strength, on the other hand, doesn't need to announce itself. It builds in silence and lets the results speak. Every private sacrifice is an investment. Every time you choose discipline when no one is watching, you're putting deposits in the bank of greatness. One day, that account will pay out in public. Strength is not about what you show, it's about what you practice. The strongest people aren't those who boast about their grind. They're the ones who quietly show up day after day and let the outcome prove their worth. Weakness wants quick validation. It wants you to show off before you're ready. But strength is patient. It knows that one day the world will see what was built in silence. Ask yourself this: what are you doing when nobody's looking? Because that's the real measure of strength. Anyone can perform when the cameras are on. True power is what you do in the dark. Strength built in private creates confidence in public. When you've already conquered your excuses behind closed doors, you show up prepared when the opportunity arrives. Private work is the secret weapon. It's what separates the ones who look strong from the ones who are strong. Strength doesn't come from pretending. It comes from persistence when nobody notices. Weakness falls apart under pressure because it has no foundation. Strength stands tall under pressure because it was built brick by brick when the world wasn't watching. Strength is built in the habits nobody applauds: waking up early, practicing discipline, staying focused. Resisting temptation. Those little private choices pile up until they create an unstoppable force. The public stage only exposes what was practiced in private. If you built strength, it will shine. If you nurtured weakness, it will collapse. The stage doesn't lie, it just magnifies the truth. Don't chase recognition, chase preparation. When you chase recognition, you'll cut corners to get applause. When you chase preparation, you'll build strength so solid that recognition will chase you. Understand this: you don't have to prove yourself to people every day. You only have to prove yourself to yourself in those silent hours. Win there, and the rest will take care of itself. Strength is built in private, but it's always rewarded in public. The crowd may not see the grind, but they will always see the results. Let your silence build your strength, and let your strength make the noise. Pain is the gym where weakness dies. Pain is not your enemy, it's your trainer. Every time you feel pain, you are in the gym where weakness gets broken down. Pain is the tool life uses to strip weakness out of you. Weakness thrives in comfort. It grows in soft spaces, easy choices, and smooth roads. But the moment pain steps in, weakness starts to panic because pain forces you to grow stronger. Think about a real gym. You don't lift weights to feel good. You lift weights to break your muscles down so they can rebuild stronger. Pain is the exact same process for your spirit, your discipline, your life. Weakness whispers, avoid the pain. Strength says, face it head on. The only way to kill weakness is to walk through the pain instead of running from it. Pain has a purpose. It's not random. It's not punishment. It's the refining fire that separates the weak from the strong. Without it, you stay soft. With it, you become unbreakable. Every champion has a relationship with pain. They don't love it, but they respect it. They know that behind every painful moment is a version of themselves that's tougher, sharper, and stronger. Pain teaches discipline. Pain teaches patience. Pain teaches persistence. These lessons are not learned in comfort. They are only learned when life stretches you past what you thought you could handle. Weakness dies a slow death in pain's gym. Every rep of endurance, every tear, every late night struggle, it kills weakness one layer at a time. That's why pain is necessary. The people who avoid pain also avoid growth. They keep their weakness alive because they never step into the fire long enough to let it burn away what's holding them back. Pain reveals the truth about you. Anybody can smile when things are easy, but when pain comes, it shows if you're committed, if you're disciplined, if you're ready for the greatness you say you want. Weakness is allergic to pain. The moment life gets uncomfortable, weakness tries to convince you to quit. That's when you know you're close to killing it, when the pain is at its peak. Stop cursing pain and start thanking it. Every setback, every heartbreak, every tough season, it's not sent to break you, it's sent to break your weakness. Understand this: you cannot build strength without struggle. You cannot develop resilience without resistance. Pain is the process that makes you durable enough to carry your blessing. Weakness doesn't die in easy times. Weakness dies when you push past your limits, when you go one more round, when you keep fighting even though everything in you screams to stop. Pain is the gym where weakness dies. Step into it, train in it, sweat through it, and when you walk out, weakness will be buried and strength will be alive in you. Your circle can make you strong or keep you weak. Who you surround yourself with is either feeding your strength or babysitting your weakness. Your circle is either pushing you higher or holding you down where weakness can thrive. Weakness loves company. It loves people who excuse each other, comfort each other in laziness, and cheer for each other's excuses. If your circle talks like that, weakness will never leave your life. Strength also loves company, but a different kind. Strength surrounds itself with people who challenge, stretch, and sharpen one another. A strong circle makes weakness feel unwelcome. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's your mirror. If they're weak, chances are you're feeding your weakness. If they're strong, chances are you're killing it. Weak people hate being around strength. They'll call it too much. They'll say, "Why are you doing all that?" They'll label your discipline as obsession. But the truth is, your strength exposes their weakness. A weak circle will keep you comfortable but broke, average, and stuck. A strong circle will keep you uncomfortable but growing, leveling up, and moving forward. Your circle is an environment. Just like plants need the right soil, your strength needs the right people around you. Wrong soil kills good seeds. Wrong people kill great potential. Some of you aren't weak because of who you are. You're weak because of who you're around. Your strength can't breathe in toxic air. If the people in your life always agree with your excuses, you're not in a circle. You're in a cage, and cages don't create freedom. They trap you in weakness. A strong circle will not let you quit. They'll check you when you're lazy. They'll remind you of your goals when you forget. They'll hold you accountable when you slip. Weakness hates accountability. It wants friends who will nod at your excuses. But strength grows in accountability, in having people who won't let you settle for less than your best. Be honest. Are the people around you lifting your standards or lowering them? Because if your circle lowers your standards, you're giving weakness a permanent invitation. Strength is contagious. So is weakness. Spend enough time with either and you'll catch it. That's why choosing your circle is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Sometimes you've got to leave people behind, not because you hate them, but because you love your future too much to keep babysitting your weakness with their company. Your circle can make you strong or keep you weak. Choose carefully, because the right circle will kill weakness in you, but the wrong one will keep weakness alive and thriving. Faith turns weakness into power. Faith is the one thing weakness cannot defeat. Weakness may bend your body, shake your emotions, and cloud your thoughts. But the moment faith rises, weakness starts to lose its grip. Faith says, "I am not what I feel. I am not what I see. I am what I believe." That belief is enough to turn the smallest strength into unstoppable power. Weakness always points to your limits. It screams, "You can't handle this. You're not enough." Faith whispers back, "With the strength inside me, I can go beyond my limits." Faith takes what looks impossible and makes it possible. It doesn't erase challenges, but it gives you the power to walk through them without being destroyed. Weakness hates faith because faith removes its lies. Weakness says, "You're too broken." Faith says, "This brokenness is where the breakthrough begins." When you walk by sight alone, weakness wins. When you walk by faith, strength grows. Because faith is not about what you see, it's about what you know deep in your soul. Faith gives you the courage to keep going when everything in your body says quit. It gives you hope when life feels hopeless. It keeps you standing when weakness is trying to knock you flat. Faith is fuel. Without it, your strength runs dry. With it, you can endure storms, climb mountains, and overcome obstacles that would have crushed you before. Weakness cannot survive in a heart full of faith, because faith changes the story. Faith says, what was meant to break me will build me. What was meant to end me will elevate me. Faith takes the ordinary and makes it extraordinary. People may look at you and see average, but when you walk in faith, they'll be shocked at how much power you carry. Weakness makes you think the battle is yours alone. Faith reminds you that you're not fighting by yourself. That reminder shifts everything. You realize strength is flowing from a source bigger than you. Faith also teaches patience. Weakness makes you rush. Weakness makes you panic. But faith says, be still, keep working, keep believing. The reward is on its way. Without faith, every obstacle looks like a wall. With faith, every obstacle looks like a stepping stone. Weakness sees the end, faith sees the beginning. Faith doesn't mean you won't feel weak. It means your weakness won't win. It means even when you stumble, you'll rise again with more strength than before. Faith turns weakness into power because it shifts the focus from what you lack to what you carry inside. And once you see that, weakness loses its final excuse. Destroy it today or live with regret tomorrow. Weakness is not something you can postpone dealing with. If you don't destroy it today, it grows stronger tomorrow, and the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to kill. Every day you let weakness live is a day you let your destiny die a little. Procrastination is weakness's favorite weapon because it convinces you there's more time than there really is. The danger of weakness is that it never stays still. It doesn't just wait. It multiplies. What you excuse today becomes a habit tomorrow, and habits shape the rest of your life. Regret is the price of letting weakness live. One day, you'll look back and realize the chances you missed weren't stolen from you. You handed them over by protecting your weakness. Destroying weakness requires urgency. You can't casually deal with it. You've got to be ruthless. You've got to say, this ends now. No more delays. No more excuses. No more tomorrow. Weakness doesn't care about your intentions. It only respects action. You can talk about change all you want, but if you don't act today, weakness wins again. The future you dream about is shaped by the choices you make right now. If you feed weakness today, regret will greet you tomorrow. If you starve weakness today, strength will reward you tomorrow. Weakness whispers, you've got time. But regret screams louder years later when you realize you didn't. Don't wait for that scream. Kill weakness before it robs you. People who live with regret always wish they had started sooner. They wish they had fought harder. They wish they had destroyed their weakness before it destroyed their dreams. Destroying weakness today doesn't mean you'll be perfect. It means you'll take the first step, and then the next, and then the next, until weakness has no room to breathe. You can't keep weakness as a pet. You can't tame it, control it, or manage it. Either you destroy it, or it will destroy you. There's no middle ground. Tomorrow is not promised. You don't know how much time you've got left. Why waste it babysitting a weakness that was never meant to define you? Weakness wants you to believe you can live with it and still win. That's the lie. Weakness doesn't share space with greatness. It kills it. If you don't make the hard cut today, it will make the cut for you later. Regret is a heavy chain. It weighs down your heart, your mind, your future. But the good news is you can choose strength right now and avoid carrying that chain for the rest of your life. Destroy it today or live with regret tomorrow. That's the choice. Weakness is not your friend, it's your enemy. And the only way to win is to kill it now before it kills everything you were created to become. Listen, weakness is not a game, it's a battle for your destiny. If you don't destroy it, it will destroy you. We talked about how weakness grows when you feed it, how only discipline can cure it, how excuses are just its language, how strength is built in the private hours, how pain is the gym where it dies, how your circle can either fuel it or kill it, how faith can flip it into power, and how regret will eat you alive if you don't take action today. Every single one of those truths points to one decision. Weakness cannot stay in your life. You cannot walk into greatness with weakness holding your hand. You cannot step into purpose dragging chains of excuses and laziness. Weakness wants you average, safe, and small. But you were not created for average. You were created for greatness. And greatness demands that weakness be destroyed. So today, right now, you've got to make the choice. No more feeding weakness with comfort. No more sheltering it with excuses. No more surrounding yourself with people who make it stronger. Kill it now, before it steals one more moment from you. Destroy the weakness, or it will destroy you. Build your strength in private. Fight through your pain. Lean on your faith. Surround yourself with warriors, and walk into the life that belongs to you. Weakness doesn't get to win. You do. The final word is this: you've only got one life, one chance, one shot to become all you were meant to be. Don't let weakness be the thief that robs you of it. Stand up today, fight back, destroy it, and step into your future with strength, power, and purpose.